All right, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. This is George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you're excited about the week coming forward. One of the things I've learned is there's a good little litmus test for you to determine whether you're aligned and you're clear on your goals and you're aligned with your passions and purpose, and that is that you're excited to get the week going. So if you're not excited to get the week going, then today I definitely have a good topic to review with you. I'm going to be talking with you about the 8 steps to really create your best life. And this is going to be something you can use to redefine what you're doing, to reinvigorate what you're doing, or even just realign what you happen to be doing. But let's get started with the quote of the day. The quote of the day is, always do more than is required of you. Always do more than is required of you. That's a great principle, and I think it's something that you've got to remind yourself all the time. In other words, if you're just playing to par and you're not going above and beyond, it's like we talk about many times on this podcast, how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you're not going above and beyond and you're just doing the minimum effort that is required, you're never going to create that best life. You're never going to get outside your comfort zone, and you're never really going to truly become the potential that you can become. So today I want to talk to you about something that I think will cover a lot of different needs and desires that people have. I'm going to talk to you about creating the future that you were meant to live. Think about that for a minute here. What is the future that you really truly want to live? But what is the future that you were meant to live? You were destined for greatness. You were destined to have an amazing life. And so many of you maybe feel like it might be too late for you to do that. And I'm here to tell you that it's never too late to start creating the life that you were meant to live. I've been thinking a lot about this lately, and, there's a lot of needs, including myself, to reinvent, realign, redefine what it is you're doing in your life. And, I've wanted to find a better way, for example, and I do this every couple of years, to realign different areas of my life, my mindset, body, health, relationships, business, whether it's supplements, networking, marketing, systems, or the masterminds and mentoring and influence that you have, or maybe even incorporate some events and workshops and partners and opportunities. But I've taken, many weeks to really outline true strategic vision for my company. And I do this every couple of years. And I want you to do the same thing. I want to give you an outline that at a real high level can create a vision today that we'll kind of roll out and we'll talk about over the coming weeks on these episodes. But I'm going to outline and discuss with you today ways that you can realign and reinvigorate your life and business. I know many of you are struggling in, good and bad ways, right? But some of you want to go to the next level. Some of you don't really know what you want. Or you know what you want, but you're having trouble with it. Some of you just don't know what you want, and you're not aligned and clear on that. And others, you might be dealing with financial issues, or you might be dealing with mindset, sort of getting stuck inside your head, which is a cycle that a lot of entrepreneurs do. In fact, as entrepreneurs, we continue to deal with this roller coaster of business, life, relationships, communication. But it's all part of the process, right? I find that there are cycles that you go through in your life, especially if you're a dominant personality and someone that is, driven to be in business for yourself. So, I know that we share these common characteristics, right? You love freedom, but you hate the overwhelming responsibilities of being in your own business. You exude confidence, but maybe sometimes you have that imposter syndrome. You probably crave flexibility, but you hate the operations and the detail of employees and things like that you could delegate. Or maybe you're typical entrepreneurs is you operate outside your comfort zone on purpose, but you constantly battle with limiting beliefs. You prioritize learning and growth, but you have experiences, seminars, or training that you struggle to follow through with when you do learn it. So listen, you may have, successfully come through many things in your life: business failures, divorce, depression, anxiety, whatever it is. And you've probably experienced some really good wins, but you've also had some big losses. I get it. That is the typical, scenario for entrepreneurs. But whenever I face challenges or key decisions or need to pivot in business or in life, there are always certain steps that I go back to. It's like the fundamentals in any sport that help you to realign and sort of get your game plan back, your strategy, make sure you're going in the right direction. And, the last few weeks I've really been focusing on what I can do to share these with you again. So I want to take each of these over the next few episodes. I want to take each of these key areas and break them down. We're going to talk about the steps, the traits, the requirements that are needed, and how you can truly develop some strategies to be able to help you. Today, I want to really share the strategy and ideas, and then what we'll do is we'll break them down so that I can give you some real tactical, strategic things that you can do. So my hope is that as you plan, outline, and execute your next moves, this is going to help give you sort of a basis to be able to work with. I want you to really, truly stop for a minute and recognize and prioritize things that are the most important. So as we go through this list, I'm just going to outline them quickly for you today. I want you to think about which of these areas you maybe need the most help with. I want you to think about the ones that you truly desire to make some changes in, because I want you to get interactive with me. I would love for you to say, hit me up on the Daily Mastermind on Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, or you can email me at george@g3worldwide.com. I get emails every day from individuals listening to the show that have questions, and then I can tailor some responses to you. But let's cover these eight key success factors for results in your life and business. Whether it's you setting up your blueprint or realigning your blueprint, these are key. I'm going to go through them quickly, and then I'll come back and talk about them. Step 1 is vision. Step 2 is clarity. Step 3 is decisions. Step 4 is certainty. Step 5 is action. Step 6 is discipline. Step 7 is accountability. And step 8 is persistence. So let me just talk just briefly about each of these for a minute, and then we're going to break them down in detail over the coming episodes. The first is vision. I think many, many people are so caught up in life that they don't create a vision for their life. And if you don't have a vision for your life, you don't know how to make decisions on a day-to-day basis. You don't know which things to say no to and which things to say yes to. You don't know where to put your time and focus. So that vision is so incredibly important. The next one being clarity. I think a lot of people sort of know where they want to go, but they're not clear on how to get there. They're not really clear, and this can get really cloudy at times, right? You might start out clear at the beginning of the year, and then so many different things come up, which are good and bad. Opportunities, things to take advantage of, new people that are in your life, new business decisions, turns in the marketplace. Clarity is something you have to continually work on, and it helps to give you a little peace of mind when you're clear on where you're going. The third is decisions. I think that once you have vision and clarity, decisions become very simple for you. But the really successful entrepreneur business owner makes decisions quickly. And they do that when they have clarity and vision. The next step is certainty. One of the things that a lot of people lack is this certainty that they're following the right path. And what I've learned over time is that there is no right and wrong path so much as making a key decision and then flooding yourself with certainty. In other words, the right people, the right surroundings, the right decisions, the right daily rituals, things that will help you to become focused and confident in what you've made a decision in. And then clearly, the next step of action is one that a lot of people need to do more of. We're so busy caught up in planning and organizing that taking massive action is not something that we sort of, push ourselves to do. And that's going to be, time blocking and productivity and things you need to do to stay focused, but also just move the needle and move the chains down the field, to use kind of a sports analogy. The next step would be discipline. Discipline is something that you can create, and it's done through your daily rituals, but discipline is something that is required when it comes to creating your best life. And many, many people have a difficult time with that. You don't have to be a motivated person to create discipline. You just have to make a decision. And then accountability is something that I think also will help you. I think so many of us go it alone that we don't identify ways that we can become accountable to individuals, whether it's a trainer, a mentor, a friend, a colleague, a partner. Accountability and reporting and tracking your results is extremely important. If you've lacked off on that or slacked off on that, You need to tighten up that area and that step. And then the final one is persistence. I think you know by now, if you've listened to any of these episodes, that persistence is really the gateway and it's the key to success long-term. Most people start out with goals and desires like they do daily rituals or like they do their New Year's resolutions. But persistence is going to be that key that helps you to overcome. So this is my message for today. I wanted to go through these 8 key success factors and steps that you can use to create or realign the life that you want to live. And I'm going to go through these in detail. I'm going to give you some stories, examples, give you some of my personal experience. So I hope it's something that will really guide you and inspire and motivate you to take your life to the next level, especially as we get into kind of the second quarter here of the year. So anyway, do me a favor, share this show. If you haven't yet, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. And I'll look forward to talking with you more tomorrow. Once again, this has been the Daily Mastermind. Have an amazing day.